you by incidents happening within your local community or abroad? In other words, how big is your backyard? Hello, I'm Suzanne F. Stevens, Conscious Contribution Cultivator for the YouMeWe group. Welcome to weWednesdays, a short weekly video infusion of how to make your contribution count for you, your company, your community. Recently, a friend posted on Facebook this image. There's a distinct tone of, why don't we give our attention to those in our backyard first? Now, he's not alone, as this is where much international and local political debate and disruption is occurring. When people are in crisis, they approach issues from different perspectives. Some will make it personal. I was just there. Thank goodness I made it home safely. Some will say, that's too bad, but feel utterly untouched by something on the other side of the world. Some will want to get involved and do what they can to ease the pain of the situation. We all come from different perspectives, but which is right? Well, it depends. How big is your backyard? People's experiences shape their perspectives. Some people focus on their tribe, their community, or their nation. We often hear in the news while discussing a disaster on a different continent, there were this many Canadians, Americans, injured or killed. This references a proximity paradigm. We care if an incident directly impacts our community, city, or continent, which is why the media reports information in the context of the listener, so they care. When it is said, take care of the people in your backyard first, it suggests take care of your own. Who is that? Who is your own? Is that to say we shouldn't protect injustices if they are not the same culture, in the same geography, or the same race or sex? I think not. Don't we have a responsibility to echo other voices when injustices are done? I recall in Toronto when Black Canadians were protesting police brutality in 2012. Many people who were white also joined the protest. A woman interviewed on the news suggested it was not a white person's issue. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't ask the white people who walked in hand with the African Americans across the bridge in Selma to go home. In October 2017, when the Me Too movement against sexual harassment and assault, especially in the workplace, was gaining momentum, women didn't say to men, we don't want your support. They encouraged it. Suppressing people's voices perpetuates a mentality of us versus them, is the cause of wars, terrorism, gangs, hatred in general. This is not my backyard. To make real change, we need the participation of all people, those on the direct line of fire, and people that realize it's unjust not to honor someone's human rights. The United Nations Women He for She movement recognizes that equality is achieved when all genders are in the conversation. My view is simple. There's only one race, the human race. The size of your backyard is relative to your view of the world. If you have a take care of your own philosophy, your view may be smaller. If your contributions are far-reaching, your view is likely larger. There's no right or wrong. It is just your view. But regardless of the perspective you take, I implore you not to segregate, but to integrate. At our core, we all have similar values of living a life of well-being, to love, to be loved, and to be part of something bigger than ourselves. Where you decide to contribute your time, energy, or money is dictated by your view, your passion, and your purpose. I am so grateful for my desire to travel, as that is why my backyard got big. It wasn't until 2007, when I started my adventures in Africa, did my life evolve from me to we. Everything I knew became a stepping stone for everything I was about to experience, a journey where I continued to walk, learn, and share. One of my most profound realizations: life is not just for the living, but also for serving the living. Legacy is not a stage in life, but a way in which we live our life. What legacy will you live en route to making your contribution count? Interestingly, another friend responded to the Facebook post with this comment. Canada spends about $5 billion a year on international aid, which sounds like a substantial amount of money. In fact, its amount is just 0.26% of the gross domestic product, or 26 cents of every $100 of national income, according to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. There's a link below to find out more information. He continued and said, you think helping poor nations isn't worth 26 cents out of every $100. Your voice carries. So if you believe in an issue, regardless of gender, color, culture, or race, your voice matters. You can add to the dialogue. Please share below. Do you think locally or globally? Where is it most important to make your contribution count? Until next time, regardless, just make your contributions count every day.